is Liliana, and she works at the Casablanca Farm. They work only with coffees for specialty coffees, so she is the head producer there. She's going to show us the production of a geisha.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I'm Dan, I work for Crosby Coffee, so I'm the production roaster here.
Bueno, no, primero presentarme. Soy Liliana Caballero, soy la líder productora de Hacienda Casablanca. Esto es una hacienda dedicada al cultivo de café de especialidad. Nosotros hace 17 años pues estamos acá en Casablanca.
She first of all would like to present herself. So her name is Liliana, and she works at the Casablanca Farm, and they work with this farm already for 17 years. So there they work only with coffees for specialty coffees. So in the video that she made, you can see like gechas, javas, a lot of different varieties. So they work there for already 17 years, and she is the head producer there. So she's the one to organize everyone and everything.
Amazing, yeah.
Now she is on the farm, so if the connection is not that bad, she's going to show us the production of a geisha that she's doing right now.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Oh yeah, recognize the background from the photos. That's so cool. So we just got your geisha, and so we've cooked it, and we really enjoy it. Yeah, so we've obviously had it since April, I think, or around April. But when we cooked it alongside like all the other coffees, we were just like, wow, this is amazing. And we've never done a geisha before as well. So we've been going for around 8 years. But this is the first time that we'll have ever gonna put a geisha out. So it's a really special opportunity for us as well.
So she explained that they take an extra care in the entire process to make this coffee, as she said, in the end, to be almost the perfect coffee. She said that they only work with 2 methods, the anaerobic fermentation and the normal fermentation. And she said that they use this in a way to control and make sure that the process of all the coffees will be similar, and she's able to keep a pattern in all the coffees they produce. And then she said that while cropping the coffees, they only crop the grains that are extra mature. So if the grain is not yet in the point, they don't take it. Only if it's already completely with the process of maturing is completely done. So they wait and they do a different process. And she said that when they are going to separate the grains, they do it manually, which is gives an extra work. So what she said is totally worth it. And then to separate the coffee, they use the 16 plus to collect the grains. So after that, even only the best grains pass through the selection. So she said that they give all this process and all this care to make sure that at the end the coffee will be perfect, and they will have all the grains will have the same quality and the same pattern to give consistency in the production.
Yeah, of course. That's amazing. So I guess my first question would be if Liliana could just tell us a bit about I know she's already touched a bit on about this specific coffee, but if she could tell us a little bit more information about this geisha, and then as well how long she been growing geishas for.
So she explained, telling a little bit more about the Casablanca, that is the name of the farm where the coffee is cultivated. They say that they are in 1,600 meters, so it's a really high altitude. And she said that the temperature is just perfect for fermentation process and cultivating coffee. She said that during the day, it's about 18 degrees Celsius, the temperature, and for the night, which is around 10 degrees. So she said that it's just perfect. They are located in the eastern mountain range of Colombia, in the region called Santander. And she said that since it's a really mountain territory, for cultivating and cropping the coffee is kind of hard, because it's really inclinated and really high altitudes, and it's not that easy to do it. And she said that with all the coffees, they do the triple selection, as she explained before, that they do the process of cultivating by hand, only the mature grains, and then they put it on the machine to select it. But they say that the entire process after this is really handmade, and that they pay a lot of attention on it. That for drying the coffee, they don't try to accelerate it in any way. So they know that doing it slowly and giving the coffee its own time will give better results. And that's basically what she already explained.
Yeah, that's incredible. Especially, I really appreciate the process of the drying process of them taking their time, because I think you notice that in the cup is that they're very bold, clear flavors in the cup, and it just, I think when we taste geishas, they always seem to stand out on a table, and I always think that that's down to how the farmer is taking extra care and extra time to really care for the plant and really care for the process and stuff. So it's really appreciated.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just remember that something she said that's super important that I forgot to translate it, is that she said that in the farm they have some extra care concerning nature, because they have a water source in the farm. So they have to be extra careful to don't pollute the water and to make sure it will be okay. That they have a rainforest certification, and they do reforestation of what's being cultivated. That they do the reforestation with native trees in the area and everything. So she said that not using agrotoxics and chemicals in the process of cultivating the coffee, it's also something that makes the coffee have a great quality in the end.
So they don't because I was reading about biodynamic farming, and they do the same thing, which is where they kind of have a respect, and they don't touch any of the the flowers or any of the forest that's surrounding the area. So is it pretty much the same there at Casablanca?
Yes. From what she said, I can also make a question so that she can tell more about it. But from what she said, it is. And I'm also gonna translate what you said before, because I remember of the. So she explained about what you mentioned about the cultivation of the rainforest certification and all this bio-friendly attitudes that they have in the farm. So she explained that actually they've already done it before, but for having the rainforest certification, they do an annual visit to the farm where they look multiple elements. So she's starting to explain a little bit. They have the agrochemicals where they allowed to use, and these agrochemicals shouldn't be harmed to the bees and to the insects of the region. Should be something that are friendly for these animals, and also for the trees and the soil. She said that the final disposal of water should be treated, so they just can't throw the water in the way they come out of the process. They should filter it and take care of it. And she said that since she has a water source in her farm, they're even harder to check on this, because they should all take care of the water that is coming from the soil and the chemicals that must be on it. So they also taste this water. She said that they have to have a minimum amount of trees to compensate what they plant on coffee trees. So they should compensate it according to what they take enough. And also, since the coffee is harvested under the shadows, should also have these specific trees where the coffee will be grown. And she said they also evaluate the salaries and talk to everyone involved in the process of cropping the coffee, and that works with everything. So they evaluate according to what she said, and then she said that they also talk to everyone that works on the farm to make sure that they are working in great conditions and that they are being well paid, and that she said that the entire process should be sustainable and not only cultivating the coffee itself. All the process, it's evaluated. And she said that this visit that they do, it's annually. So each year They go there, they verify everything to be able to renew the certification.
Yeah, the certificate. Yeah, wow, that's incredible. That's like a lot of things to think about, really, when you like, they're not just trying to like cultivate like this plant, but they're also trying to look after the environment as well, which is super important. So another question I had was, how hard have they found it as the farmers to like cultivate and grow the plant, compared to, say, if they were growing like a Caturra or a Typica, and like what do they need to do that's different?
So what she explained, that it's really different and really harder, because she said that it begins in the basic. She said that the size of the tree is different. So for example, a tree of geisha coffee, it's higher and larger. So she said that normally in 1 hectare of a Caturra coffee, for example, you can put 5,000 trees. At the geisha trees, you can put only 1,500.
Wow.
So it reduces a lot. So she said that it starts on this, that the production is gonna be, you're gonna produce less, and you need more space to cultivate the coffees. And then she said that for fertilizing this trees is also different. She said that for a Caturra coffee or a simpler grain, you need to put the organic fertilization from 3 to 4 times in the year, and that for a geisha tree, it's over 6 times, and it needs more quantities for one tree than for the other. So she said that this gives more work, because you need to go to the harvest and do it more often, and you also use more quantities. So this also makes the coffee get more expensive. And she said that to the beneficiating process, to crop the coffee and to separate it, that the grains, they are more sensible. So you need to do it with extra care, or they're gonna break. So you need to do it also with more care. And she said that the geisha trees, they are more also sensible to climate changes and to pests. So for example, if it has a higher alteration, or even not that higher, but that's some change that for a Caturra tree will be okay, for the geisha sometimes it's not. And if arrives some pests, it spreads more easily in the trees and in the other parts of the harvest easily than in the others. But she said that this is the only differences. Well, that's a lot of difference.
Yeah, wow, that is a lot. And I think it's really interesting to like get a first-hand insight into like what they have to do every day, and for months and months on end, while they're trying to get like a growing it properly, and then obviously yielding a good harvest. Like, it's just because I read about it and stuff, but it's just incredible to see like a first-hand experience like of that process. It's super interesting, and it's really great.